So here we have the new 2024 Ford Mustang GT. This one's a GT Premium, so it has a few extra features. Comes in Oxford white, and then we have that onyx leather interior. The powertrain consists of a 5-liter naturally aspirated V8 made into a 10-speed automatic transmission. And we get 480 horsepower and everything's said and done. But love the redesign here. As we come around to the front end here, you get those beautiful LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights, and I like how they have these little lights in here on either side. But again, just a great look, I think. Hood scoop looks nice. Then coming around here, we have these 19-inch aluminum wheels. I believe those are silver painted. Beautiful brake calipers. I love that blue. Of course, you get those Brembo front brakes. We also have them for the rear as well. Then to the door panel here, power door lock controls, memory seats. We have 3 different functions we can set up. And then we do have one-touch automatic up and down windows on both doors. Power mirror controls are there. And then we do have our headlamp controls. We can turn those to auto, on, brightness for the gauge cluster. There's the hood release. Or excuse me, that was a trunk release. This is the hood release. We have a manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Latch for that is there. And then here we have our power seat bottom controls. We can raise the seat, lower the seat, move the seat forward and back. 2-way power lumbar there. And then this is how we adjust that seat back. Then we can also do this, pull it all the way if you want to get to that rear seat there. I'm not going to try and squeeze in there. As you can see, not too much room, especially for someone of my size. I'm 6'3", so I'm just going to leave that like it is. And then for the fuel filler here, just click that. And it's nice that you don't have to put premium in here. It'll just take 87, no problem. And there's a look at the back end there, the LED tail lamps. Stock exhaust here. Still sounds fantastic. I want to give a thank you to Ford, Lincoln, and Franklin for allowing me to review this Mustang today. I'll leave a link below in the description if you all are interested in this one in particular. We do get the 12-speaker B&O sound system, so there's a subwoofer there. Pull this strap, tire inflator kit. If you want to get a spare or something, I'm assuming you can put it in that area, but this one just has the inflator kit with it. And one more look at the back end with the trunk closed. Love how they did that. It still looks like a Mustang. And then over here to our front passenger seat, again, that power seat bottom. And then that manual seat back. We just don't get the 2-way lumbar on this front passenger seat. Lockable glove compartment here. Decent size space in there for a small coupe, I think. I shouldn't say a small coupe, but a sports coupe. And then we're just gonna take a quick look at the window sticker there. You all can pause anywhere you need to if you wanna get a closer look at anything. And I apologize for that siren in the background. It's like circling around me. But sticker price $55,520. So I mean, pretty similar, I think, to the outgoing model, the 23. And I think you get a lot more with this, honestly. But as we come back around to the front here, we're gonna go ahead and pop the hood. And there's that 5-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine. And it just looks menacing in the engine bay there. Love that. And an easy shut. I like that. You don't have to slam it, just kind of give it a little push, and it gives you a nice thud there. Now bear with me as I try and push the seat back. So we do get a leather wrapped steering wheel here, which we can heat, and I'll show you where that button is in a minute. There's the horn there. Now with this new screen, I think this is a 13.4-inch screen, or 13.2-inch screen, excuse me. And then we do have a 12.4-inch center stack right in here. So all of this is basically one big piece, like you're seeing in some of the newer Cadillacs and things of that nature. So that's all one. Well, I shouldn't say one, but there's a little space there, and the LCD screens just kind of go over. But this is the home page here. I like this setup. You kind of see this in the I think it's the F-150 Lightning has something similar to this. It seems like there's a lot going on, but there's just a space for everything. So if I go to the home page, we get that there. We have the settings in here. And if I go to general, you can adjust your language. You can change your units, all of that there. And then on top of that, we do have the vehicle settings as well. And then there's your back button there. And you can adjust so much if you want to, including the instrument cluster, center display. It gives you a lot of things that you can adjust there. And then you always have this side menu here. So if you're trying to do something while you are trying to use the map will still be there. Your phone's paired, trip meter, fuel economy. And then for the AC controls, click in here, and this will pull up where the fan direction is coming from, and then you can adjust fan speed here. Now this is all touchscreen, so a lot of people may or may not like that, but this is a pretty intuitive system. It's not super fidgety, if that makes sense. And that heated steering wheel toggles there. And then for either side, you can adjust the temperature like that, go up or down. And then you do have heated cooled seats, 3 stages on either side as well. So again, I like how everything's set up here. Now for the navigation, you can just go in there, full screen, pretty easy to use. You can search for a destination, whether you want to use voice recognition, set up a home or whatever, you can do that. And then you have your settings right in there. It's the backup camera, great picture by the way. It's a nice big picture, but if you look closely, it's pretty high def, and I'm quite impressed by that. And then the parking sensors as well, kind of shows you how close you're getting to the back, if you want to use that to gauge your distance. And then in the feature setting here, this is where you can go ahead and use your driver assistance. If you want to set that up a certain way, we have adaptive cruise on this one, so we can set that there. The lane keeping system, same thing if you want to do something with that. And then we have a few other things as well. And then finally, the apps over here. That's how you have your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto wirelessly. So a lot of good stuff in here, I think. And then your audio sources, AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth. And it's weird how it's laid out, but I mean, if this is gonna be your daily driver, this was a really neat setup, I think. And down here, click this button, pulls up this My Mustang, and there was a button for that earlier, but you can set up the track apps, auxiliary gauges, whatever, and you can have that at the forefront. And it's just so much that you can do. I mean, I can toggle the exhaust, quiet exhaust, normal, sport, and the track exhaust. That's pretty neat. Then we can set up a favorites here, hazards, traction control, and then a quick shortcut for the defroster. And then for volume, you can adjust this up or down, then click to mute. And let me just say, this B&O sound system, especially in a car that's this small, and you have the sound screen as well, it just gives you such an immersive sound. It sounds fantastic. It's just right in your face, but it's not like too much, if that makes sense. USB-C, USB-A input there, 12 volt wireless charging pad. And then for that 10 speed, just push here, pull, reverse, neutral drive, manual. And then in the manual mode, you can shift with these paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. Electronic parking brake, pull up to engage the brake, press down to disengage, bottle holders, center console cubby space with a 12 volt. And then we do have a sunglasses holder here. And then we can toggle these lights here. We do get those premium LED lights for the reading lights. And then universal home remote there. Quick look at the back seat from up here. And here we have our vanity mirror. Now back to the steering wheel. Blinkers are here. And then we can flash the high beams there. And we have rain sense wipers, so one time, and then we have auto, low, high, and then we can adjust our auto wipers here, just how sensitive they are, and then just push up here, or pull up here, excuse me, for the front wiper fluid. And then over here, with this adaptive cruise, we can set that there, adjust the gap, forward or back, and then we can go through our actual drive modes by using these buttons here, and I love how they set that up. several different modes depending on what you're in the mood for. And then lane keeping system can be toggled there, and we can set the actual speed there. Now for your steering mode, you go over here, you can set that to steering sport, normal, or you can go ahead and do the comfort mode. And voice recognition, volume can be adjusted here, and then you can use this to go through the gauge cluster, this middle part right in here. So quite a bit going on again. And then you can toggle what's actually in the gauge cluster again in those that settings menu I showed earlier. But there's push button start. You can see that. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start.